By 2040, 1 in every 5 people in Milwaukee County will be 60 or older. The percentage of older adults in our community is growing, and so is the importance of understanding what we will all need as we age. Milwaukee County is working now to figure out what's important to aging adults, and there's an opportunity for you to be heard. The Milwaukee County Commission on Aging is looking for community input on what needs to be included in the 2025-2027 Area Aging Plan. Here to help us understand what the county offers for aging adults and how we can let our opinions be heard is Jan Wilberg. Jan is chair of the Milwaukee County Commission on Aging. Jan, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I'm always happy to talk about older adult services and the older adult population in our community. So thank you for having me.
Of course. Let's start with the basics. What is the Milwaukee County Commission on Aging and what does it do?
Well, the Commission on Aging is a body that oversees the expenditure of aging funds in our community. And it's also charged with the responsibility to advocate for policies and programs that help older adults have great lives in our town. So it's a body that is part of local government. Its members are appointed by the county executive and confirmed by the county board, and we take an oath of office. So it's a very official body with some really significant responsibilities.
One of those responsibilities is developing the Area Aging Plan. What exactly is the Area Aging Plan and what does it do?
Well, it sounds like a pretty dry document, but it actually is really interesting and really, really important because the plan sets the vision for older adults in this community, and it also details goals and objectives, like what are we going to do with the resources that are given to us by the state, by the federal government, and by local taxpayers. And when we have those very specific goals and objectives, it means that we can keep programs on track. We can measure progress and impact. So this area plan is a really, really important and very living document. So this process that we're in right now, it's the development of a new 3-year plan. We go through this obviously every 3 years. And the important part of it is that it can't be a good plan unless it involves the people whose needs and interests it wants to address. So that's why we're looking for older adults to come to these public hearings and participate in completing a survey. We'll talk, I'm sure, about that a little bit more later.
Help us understand some of the different programs that Milwaukee County offers for aging adults that really are influenced by the work that will go into that plan.
Sure. These are some really critical services. You probably have been driving around town and you may have seen a TransDev van. Transportation for older adults is a really major part of what aging services does and such a critical need. How do you get to the doctor? How do you get to the grocery store? If you can't drive anymore, if you have a disability, so transportation is a big, big program for aging services and for the commission. Senior centers, many people are familiar with senior centers. It's a place to socialize, learn new things, get help with health issues. So there are 5 senior centers in Milwaukee County, and they all receive funding through this plan. Nutrition is another one. Senior meals that are offered in 30 different sites in Milwaukee County. We also have a new program called Dine Out, where we're offering seniors the opportunity to go to really popular restaurants and have a senior meal that is part of the program. Because the goal of senior meals is not just nutrition, but helping people connect with other people and fight back against social isolation and loneliness. Caregiving, Alzheimer's support, social services of all kinds, helping people connect to resources. Those are all things that aging services does, really an essential part of our local government.
And folks will be able on April 16th and April 18th to be able to provide some input at public hearings. Tell us a little bit about the public hearings.
Well, this whole plan development process really relies on the input from people in the community. So the public hearings are an opportunity to come to a place and talk with other people about what's important for older adults. What should we be focusing on? What's the right way to structure programs to get maximum participation and make sure that people really feel at home and comfortable with program services? So these public hearings, we're actually having these two. One is at Clinton Rose, and that's on the 16th. And the other is I have to look at my notes here, at the Brown Deer Community Center on the 18th, which is also my birthday. So if someone would like to come to the 18th public hearing and wish me happy birthday, that would be very cool. And these public hearings will be structured. They're not going to be formal where you have to stand up at a microphone and give a speech. They're really intended to be welcoming, to be informal, to offer everyone a chance to voice their opinion. And I think that people will enjoy being there and being part of this really important process of setting goals and objectives. So I hope people come, they bring their friends and relatives. It's going to be really worth the time.
If you can't make the public hearing, there is a survey that people can access that lets their voices be heard.
That's absolutely right. See, we are not kidding about getting public input. So the public hearings are one device. We're also going to be doing focus groups about specific topics and making sure that we talk to populations that might not come to a public hearing. But there's also a survey which is online right now. It is active right now that asks older adults their opinions about a whole wide range of topics. Not just, what problems do you have, but also what do you enjoy doing? It's really worth it to represent yourself and your neighbors in this really critical process.
Jan, thank you so much for being with us today.
I've enjoyed it, and I hope to see everyone at the two hearings, and I hope we can report back in the future.
Absolutely. For more information, visit the Milwaukee County website and type Area Plan into the search bar. That's it for this week. Thanks so much for joining us. Stay well, and we will see you next week.